online classes for the uh, learn SQL from basic to the advanced part. Okay, with practical session, and we also conduct the one project. Okay, so basically this is the project that for the 3 months duration, and daily we have the 1 hour to 2 hours batches. Okay, so till now we have completed the for the week number one, introduction to SQL and databases. Then we have also checked that how we can the basic SQL queries, how we can write the SQL statement like select, then how we can retrieve the data, then how we can filter the data, then how we can sort the data using the order by clause. Then we also check that how we can use the distinct between, in, like, is, none. So in a last session, okay, in a day two, we have checked basic SQL queries and operator. Okay, so what are the different type of operator that available in a SQL, and how we can use the operator as a SQL query. Okay, then also we have checked that the data filtering technique like using the distinct between, then in, like, then also we can apply the is null for the filter the missing data. Okay, so then we also check that in our last session like SQL function. So what are the different type of SQL function available in a SQL? So this is a very important question that asked you during the interview, or if you are the working in any kind of project. So this is a function that will be useful for you. So basically function is a one kind of the structure that will be useful for the basically, for example, if you are the working for the any financial domain, and you build one the calculation. So for that calculation, either you can use the sum, count, then average, min, max. These are the function is the system defined function. Okay, so in a SQL there are two type of function. One is the user defined function, the second one is a system function. So we will check the that one also. Okay, so the this is the thing that we have done in our last session. Also aggregation function, string function. So string function is a pending, so we will check the string function in the next section. Okay, so the now as of now we will work on the week number 4. What are the different type of joins and subquery? Okay, so basically, the joins available in a SQL. So first of all, I will give the different type of explain you the what are the different type of joins available and how we can use that joins and subquery in a SQL. Okay, so before the moving, basically the joins and subquery are used for the retrieving the data from the multiple table. So this is the two table, student table and department table. Okay, so in this department, if suppose we need to join these two table, so how we can join? We will explain the same, and also what are the different type of subquery available in a SQL. Okay, so for example, the joins in a SQL. So the joins is a combination it is a use for the combination of rows from the two or more table based on a related column. So basically, in a joins, what we will do? So basically, if I explain you, so basically, for example, this is the one table. So this is the student table. Let's say this is a student table, and this is the department table. Okay, so basically when we join this table, so when we are required to join this two table, so basically when we require the data from the both table. Okay, so for example, if you check this department table, in a department table, basically this, for example, if you check the department ID is a act as a foreign key in a student table, and the roll number is the primary key. So when we relate these two table, or we establish a relationship between these two table, that time we need to join based on the one kind of the query. So that query we called as a foreign query. So in this case, so in a student table, department ID act as a foreign key, and the department table, this is a department as a primary key. So we will join these two table based on the department ID. This is the key used for the joining these two table. Okay, so and again one more question is that why we will use for the department ID. If you check, so department ID in a student table is a the basically the duplicate value, but in a department table it is a unique value. So if suppose we require the data based on the like, for example, the RAM, So this is the student name is Ram. So Ram, the department ID is the one, but we don't know. If we look like the student table, then we don't know what is the department ID one. So basically, the department ID one is the computer. So when we get to know that, so when we join or when we check this two table, then we will get that key. This is the department ID one is the computer department. Okay. Okay. So this is the basic thing that for the required for the join. Okay. So basically in a joins, so basically there are different type of join. Basically the in a joins. So basically I will full screen mode. Okay. So basically, the different type of joins. First join is the inner join. So basically, what happen in a inner join? So it will be retrieve the all the matching element from the both side table. Okay. So the if the row in a one table and does not have the corresponding row in a other table, it will be exclude the result from the result. Okay, it will be exclude from the result. So basically, it is a required if suppose the record exists in a the one table and it is also exist in a next table. Okay, so this is called as the inner join. Okay, so basically the inner join is a combination of the two table where the matching element which will be retrieved. Okay, so we will check so how we can use the inner join for the retrieving the data practically. Okay, so for the inner join, basically for example, this is the student table and this is my department table. So when I join these two table, then okay. So basically in a inner join, basically for example, this is the A table and this is the B table. So let's say we consider A table as a student table and B table as a department table. So when we join these two table, then the whatever the common element from the both side table, like so from the A side table, this is the common part. Okay, so this is the common part from the A side table, and from the B side table also, this is the common part from the B side table. So this record will be retrieved from the both side table in a inner join. Okay, so for the what happen left join. So basically the left join left join, it is all the element from the left side table and whatever the matching element from the B side table. Okay, so means all the element from the student table and whatever the matching element from the department table. So all the data which will be retrieved in a left join. Okay, then the right join. So basically in a right join, so basically the all the element from the right side table. So let's say consider A as a in our hand in a left side, sorry, right side, and B in a left side. So this is the table B in a left side table. Okay, so sorry, right side table. So basically the from the all the element from the right side table and whatever the matching element from the A side table. So it is a happen in a right join. Okay, and for the full join, so basically the full join is the combination of the inner join, left join, and right join. If you check, so in a full join, all the element whatever the it will be matching or not matching, all the data from the A side table or the B side table, it will be retrieved. So basically, if we check all the data from the A side table as well as all the data from the B side table, or let's say suppose if we the join the this result, like this is the common element, so same common element we will take from this the full join. Okay, and this is the left side table data. So if we drag and drop this A side the data, so it will be in this part. Okay, so this is part of the left join and this is the part of the right side. So if we drag and drop this one, so it will be become this full the basically the full join. Okay, so this is the thing for the full join. And for the cross join, so basically in a cross join, the it is the result of the full join. If you check, this is the result of the full join, but it having the some different things. So cross join, basically in a table, for example, 1 2 3 4, these are the record, and the B side table 1 2 3 4, these are the record. So what happens when we join these two table using the cross join? So that time the whatever the all the data, it will be written. But in that, so basically the first of all, the one tuple, this is the one kind of the tuple form. Okay, so basically the all element which will be matched with the another element, so it is a one kind of the pairing, or we call as the tuple form. So for example, if you join the cross join using the a table and b table, then this one match with this one, so this is the one one, then this one match with this two, again one two, then this one match with this three, so one and three, then this one match with this four, so one four. So for the one, we have the receive the four record. Okay, so same like that, two match with one, two match with two, two match with three, two match with four. So again for this two, again four records. Okay, again three match with one, two, three, four, again this three for the four record, again this four, again it will be four record. So four into four, this will be the record for the for this cross join. Okay, so all the element, it will be whatever the element from the both side table, it will be matched with each and every record. Okay, so this is the thing for the cross join. So now we will check with practically for the this example. Okay, let's say this is the this we will take the example for the this student table and department table. So in a previous session, I have already created the tables. So we have created the student table, and if you not created the table, then you can also create this table. Okay, so in this, select start from. Okay, so I will close. So first of all, we need to open SQL Server Management Studio, and if you also, you can also complete the student and department table. So in a SQL Server, so it will be give you the more idea how you can practice yourself. Then you can practice this query. Okay, so for the joins query, so this is my SSMS interface. So connect to the SQL Server. So I will directly click on the connect. Then here I will take the new query. Okay, so we have the database. We are using the database like company DB. So I will select it as a company database, and select start from. So this is my student table. Okay, as of now in this student table there are six record. Okay, so this six record basically, suppose, so as of now this is the six record. Okay, so what we will do, so we will join this student table. So this is my student table, and if I select start from, so department. Okay, so this is my department table. So I will copy this department table. Okay, so basically, these are the two table. This is my student table. So I will, and this is my department table. Okay, so let's say if suppose we join this two table. So basically, when we join this two table, so we need to one key query. Okay, so in this, so basically department ID, available in a department table, and department ID available in a department table. So the we will use this department ID as a key for this when we join this two table. So because of the department ID acting as a foreign key student table, and the department in the department table it is the acting as a department ID. So first of all we identify which query or which column we need to join with the second table. So basically that table basically either it will be give the same name like department ID, or it will be given as a department another way. But we need to identify which is the column that will be common in a both side table. Like okay, so for example, for the joining, the roll number is there, but roll number is a different kind of things. It is a unique in a student table, so we will not use this one, and it will be not relate to the department table. So we will not use department ID for in this case. Okay, so the second, now we identify that key student, sorry, department ID is a common both side table. So we will use the department ID for the join this two table. So first of all, for the writing the query, so first of all we will go by the inner join. Okay, so for the this is the two table, student table and department table. Now we will join this two table using the inner join. So we will identify how we can join, which column we will use. So basically, first of all, what we will do? So we will select start from. So first of all, we will take the student table. Okay, so this is my student table. So and we will create a alias. Okay, so as for the student, we will use alias as a S. So S is the object for this student table. Okay. So now the second thing. So after that, we will use inner join. Okay. So inner join with which table? So this is the second table. So we will take as a department as a second table. So we will take department. Again, we will create a alias as a D. Okay. So once we created aliases, then here we need to specify the column. So for that we have the standard, the syntax like on, then basically keep from the first table and keep from the second table. So student table we have created aliases as a S. So we will use a S dot dept id. Because of this is the department ID, it will be we will use for the join this two table. Okay, so dept id equal to Then we will take the second table alias. Okay, so this is my alias for the second table. So I will use d dot department id. Okay, so in a SQL server, basically it is not a case sensitive. So basically, if you, for example, the department ID, the name, like the department ID is a capital D, DEPT, then capital ID, capital I and D. So if we use like ID, like the in a small case, then it will also work in a SQL servers. Okay. So basically, this is not case sensitive. So you can use whatever the column name, like in a the capital or in a small case. Okay, so if I join this two table using this inner join, then if I execute the data, so all the data from the both side table it will be retrieved. Okay, so you can check the like a roll number, ram, department id, mars, then department id 1, then computer department. So whatever the sixth row it will be reflected, it will be take the all the data from the both side table, right? So this is a thing that we will done in a inner join. Okay, so for the syntax, if you check the syntax, so for the syntax, so first of all, select, then star from table 1 as, then alias a, then what we will do, so second, select star from table 2, table 2 as alias b, then on alias a dot id, or we call as a key id, then equal to b dot again id. So id is the key id, so basically we called as a the common element from the both side table. Okay, so whatever the which key that will be useful for the join these two tables, so we called as a id for that. So department id act as a key id for the table a, and the same the key id from the b side table as a department id. So this is the syntax for the inner join. Okay, so then sorry, so here we will use the inner join. So this is the inner join, table 2 as b on a dot kid equal to b dot kid. So this is the syntax for the inner join. Okay, so then we will go for the second is the left join. So in a left join, basically if you check, so the in a left join as per the definition, all the element from the left side table and whatever the matching element from the beside table. Okay, so that data which will be retrieved. So if we compare this data, so whatever the means matching element, it will be retrieved. So for example, if I show you the output, so this is the output for the inner join. Okay, so in this case, so basically department id 1 2, So this is also exist in a department 1, 2 also exist, 3 also exist. So that means all the data, whatever the data in a common from the both side table, it will be retrieved. Okay. So now what we will do? So we will use the left join. Okay. So in a left join, basically this is a left side table. All the data from the left side table and whatever the data matching with right side table, it will be retrieved. So what we will do? So we will now we will change some structure in a table. So we will delete this record. Okay, so because of we need the data. Okay, or we will continue the session in the next session. I will explain you how we can update data, how we can delete the data. Okay, so for the left join, so basically same syntax it will be used. Select star from student as a, then only the part is missing. So first of all, select star from student table as A. Then here we will use left join with department table. Okay, so department D and the this is the key. Okay, so select star from student as S. Then left join department as a D. Then on S dot department ID equal to D dot department ID. If we run this query, then we will receive again all the data because of all the data exist in the both sides. This result, and I will paste from here. So this is the output for the left join. Okay, so now we will check for the output for the right join. So when we join these two table, so basically the left join, then right join. So for the right join, first of all we will write select star from student as S. Then here instead of the left join, we will use right join. Right join department as D, and then on the same we will write S dot department ID equal to D dot department ID, and then we will run this query. Okay, so I will run this query. So I will get 5 records. Okay, so basically when we right join, so basically in a right join, so basically the whatever the data available in our right side table match with left side table. Okay, so this is the output for the right join. The right join we will use the full join. Okay, so this is the output for the right join. Okay, then after that full join. Okay, so in a full join, so same syntax. Okay, so in a full join, so select star from student as S. Full join department as D on S dot department ID equal to D dot department ID, and if I execute this query, then I will get 7 record. So basically full join is a combination of inner join, left join and right join. Okay, so I will copy this output. Okay, so the full join is a combination of the inner join, left join and right join. So basically whatever the element from this three table, so same element for the full join. Then after that, cross join. So in a cross join, so basically the it will be, so basically cross join. So basically the all element match with each other. Okay, so basically whatever the element from the student table, so all the element match with the department table. So for the syntax for this, select star from student as S, and here we will use cross join, and then we will use department as D. Okay, so now if we execute this query, then we will get total 18 row. Okay, so this is the output for the cross join. So for the cross join, basically, so total element from the student table. This is student table, and this is a table from as a department table. So for the cross join, so the total element is a 6. So it will be 6 into, so total element is a 3. So 6 into 3 equal to 18. So total record 18 record for the cross join. Now we will check the self join. So after that, self join. So basically self join, basically when we join the same table. Okay, so that time, the same table we will join with the same table. So basically, so for example, this is a select star from student as S. This is the one alias for the student table. Okay, and for example, again we join student table. Okay, as S2 on S1 dot department ID equal to S2 dot department ID. Okay, so basically, for example, if we run this query, so then we will get total 12 records. Okay, so this is the one kind of the self join. So when we join same table with it itself, so that we call as a self join. So basically, this we required. So basically, when we required the self join, so basically, for example, okay, so self join, basically where the table join itself, it will be used to compare the row within the same table. Okay, so basically when we compare the table, the same table data, so that time we will join the same table. Okay, so basically select student name, student, as the student 1, then student 2, like department 1, like that, based on the department ID equal to department ID and a roll number not equal to roll number. Okay, so that time we will, for example, find the student in the same department. Okay, so we need to find the student from the same department, so that time we will use the self join. Okay, then after that, last one is the subquery. So basically, the subquery. Okay, so I will copy the output and I will paste here. Okay, okay, this is a self join. Okay, and subquery. Okay, so for the subquery, so basically query inside the another query, that's we call as a subquery. So for example, uh, if you check select star from student, so this is my student table. Okay, so in the student table, if suppose we find the second highest marks, okay, second highest marks from the student table, then how we can write a query for that. So for example, if you check, so in this table, the maximum mark is a 19.5. So but we need to find the second highest mark, so it is a 18. So how we can find this second highest mark? So basically for that we will use a subquery. So basically this is the subquery. For example, we will find the maximum mark using the aggregation function like max. mm, Max mark. Okay, if we run this query, then we will get a 19.5. Okay, so this is a one query. And for example, if we select star from student where marks less than, and I will create this subquery, marks less than this mark. So this is mark, it is the highest mark. So this query, it will be written the whatever the maximum marks. Okay, and the 19.5, this output as the input for the outer query. Okay, so whatever the marks, it will be written by this query. So it will be filter the condition like where the marks less than this marks. Okay, so for example, if we run this query, for example, max marks, okay, max marks. Okay, so if I execute this query, then I will get 18. This is the second highest marks. Okay, this is my second highest mark in that table. So this is a called as a subquery. Okay, so this is a query that we perform in lab number 3. So I hope you will understood the all the query. You can practice yourself, then you will get the idea about the joins, different type of joins, then how we can write a query for the subquery, then self join. So basically I will attach this the document with in this video, so you can also prepare this document and you can practice yourself. I have also given the table structure along with in this video description. You can also download that table structure. You can upload and you can create the table in your database. So we'll get idea about how we can create a table, then how we can run the query. So thank you friends for the watching this video. If you have any query, any question, you can mention in the comment box. Also if you have any doubts, I will take in the next section. Okay, so thank you and wish you happy learning.